She never asked to be remembered. But Belloc showed up anyway, camera in hand, treating women the world had discarded like they deserved a portrait. In Storyville's shadows, he gave the forgotten something rare, dignity. A century before trends, he wore his identity like armor. The Ama Sun Tzu, carved into his hair like a signature, told anyone watching exactly who he was. Some statements need no words. Nobody told them to smile differently. Two women, one lazy afternoon, a friendship so easy they forgot the camera existed. Whatever summer felt like in the 1890s, it looked exactly like this. They called it patriotism. She called it sacrifice. Married at 17 to an old man she didn't choose, then handed to an emperor she couldn't refuse. Marie Walewska gave everything Poland asked. Poland outlived her by centuries. It sat perfectly intact, no fire, no wreckage, just a German fighter surrendered by circumstance. American mechanics circled it like a prize. What took years to defeat in the sky took one afternoon to walk around on the ground. Before streetwear, before sneaker drops, young men had a different flex. On Ivy League campuses in the 1920s, a fur coat meant you'd arrived. Fashion has always been armor. Only the animal changes. Born into a palace, raised inside a cage. Daughters of a deposed sultan, Hattis and Feeheim spent decades under house arrest, imperial titles intact, freedom non-existent. Royalty, it turns out, offers no protection from the family that wears the crown. Nobody expected a Met Gala photo to solve an ancient heist. But when Kim Kardashian posed beside it, archaeologists recognized what party guests never could: a 2,100-year-old stolen sarcophagus smuggled out of Egypt, finally caught by a camera flash. 365 rooms, one for every day of a life that no longer exists. Coppice Palace didn't fall to war or time. Someone lit the match in 1958. What centuries built, an afternoon erased. Her neighbors owned the dogs. That was the legal argument. Two canary mastiffs belonging to a jailed Aryan Brotherhood member, raised by his own attorneys, killed Diane Whipple in her hallway. Justice spent years untangling who owned the leash. His shoes were gone. So he dug through garbage, found two that almost matched, stuffed one with extra socks, and ran anyway. Jim Thorpe won 2 Olympic gold medals that morning. Whoever stole his shoes never lived that down. She was 22, unknown, and standing next to one of Hollywood's biggest stars. Nobody on that set knew they were watching a future princess rehearse her last role as a commoner. Grace Kelly was always destined to outgrow the frame. A mother pulls her children through floodwater, holding them above the surface with everything she has. Koichi Sawada won the Pulitzer for this image. The war made headlines. She just tried to keep her children's heads above it. He carried his brother every single day, not as burden, but as fact. Jean Libera built a career, found love, raised 4 children, and retired peacefully. Jacques never spoke. Jean never complained. Some bonds require no choice to be unbreakable. Before departures turned digital, this was the sound of civilization: steam, iron, and 10,000 small goodbyes echoing under one roof. Waverley in 1930 didn't just move people across Scotland. It moved entire lives from one chapter to the next. He stood there young, smiling, unbothered by what was coming. The plane behind him had 3 names and one fate: lost over Europe, May 30th, 1944. We don't know if he knew. We hope he didn't. Nobody warned the lily pads. One summer afternoon in 1898, Salem residents climbed into giant Amazon leaves like it was perfectly reasonable, and somehow, it was. Joy has always found the strangest, most magnificent excuses to show up. She outlasted every sequin, every spotlight, every name that shared her stage. Dorothy Eaton Travis danced through the 1920s when the whole world was watching. The Ziegfeld Follies died. The music stopped. She just kept living. She held perfectly still so the image would last. In the 1860s, a photograph was an act of faith. Sit long enough, breathe carefully enough, and maybe time would finally keep something. It did. Here they are. Something about her posture says she has buried everyone she ever loved and is still standing. No tears. No collapse. Just a woman in her best black dress, small as a sparrow, undefeated by every single thing life handed her. Hollywood called it a bachelor arrangement. Their friends called it home. Cary Grant and Randolph Scott shared a life for 10 years while the studios carefully looked away. Some love stories had to wait decades just to be named. She'd already saved the world in a tiara. By 1992, Linda Carter didn't need the costume. The camera still couldn't look away. Wonder Woman was a role. That presence was entirely her own. Two men in one photograph. Between them, enough ideas to reshape civilization and end it. Einstein gave the world the equation. Oppenheimer built the answer. Neither slept easily again after Los Alamos. Some knowledge costs exactly everything. The truck came without warning. The axe came after. Two college students, one campsite, a night that should have been ordinary, and somehow, impossibly, both survived. Whoever drove away that night in 1977 was never made to answer for it. London hadn't forgotten the 60s yet. You could still see them in the hemlines. Kensington High Street in 1970 moved like it owned the decade, all motion and color and absolute certainty that this moment would last forever. It almost did. He posed like it was nothing, a belt full of stick grenades, a straight face, a war still young enough to photograph proudly. By 1917, most men had stopped smiling for cameras. He hadn't learned that lesson yet. They didn't dance for applause. They danced because Margaret Morris believed the body was a language worth learning. On the Côte d'Azur in the 1920s, these women rewrote what movement could mean. Some revolutions happened barefoot, in sunlight. He stood there squinting, too young to understand the appeal, too curious to walk away. Mama and sister had their reasons. He had questions. 50 years later, he still remembers exactly how that afternoon felt. Warm, slow, and perfectly safe. She sat for strangers with a camera and became eternal. The Abdullah brothers photographed empires and dignitaries, but something about this portrait holds differently. A woman whose name nobody recorded, looking back at everyone who never thought to ask it. He climbed above the spectacle to see what it really was. 10,000 bodies moving as one, arranged for an idea, not a man. Markov Grinberg pointed his lens downward in 1940. Power always looks different from the roof.